Hi, this is a 2006 Volvo XC90 4.4 liter. I'm going to be replacing the expansion valve for the AC system. I couldn't find any videos on YouTube and looked it up on Vita. Looks like it's a pretty straightforward job, and I've already started in it a little bit. So just to show you that the expansion valve is right here in the system. It's actually accessible through the firewall from the engine compartment. It's covered by just some sound deadener and looks like some kind of a sealant foam that's actually a little plate that goes over. So these are the parts that I've pulled off so far. It is these three 24 millimeter, we'll call them nuts. You can take them off by hand. I used a 24 millimeter, just a socket, and pulled them right off. Then the plate comes off, and then you just pull out this little rubber seal area here. Then I'm going to go in and, well, after I evacuate the system, so one nut will get you to the actual expansion valve. It just sits in a little housing in there. It's quite nice. I'm assuming I'm going to have to move some of these lines that are hard lines. So I'm going to start working on it, and I'll be back to update you. So I looked up on Vita, and it says that the hard line, which is this line right here, needs to be released so you can work on it. So you're going to be pulling this drain tube out. There's a 10 millimeter right down there. And pull that out, and then over here is the like a little clamp that just holds it in place. Clamp comes off really easy. You just slide it off to the side. I don't know if that would work without light. So I literally can just grab it by hand and pop it off to the side. It's hinged. All right, remove the pipe. Sorry, the drain. I didn't pull it out. You just move it over a little bit. It gives you room to move the lines. Here's my concern. If you look at Vita, it talks about this plate right here. It looks like it is separate from the actual, it's not attached to the hose, so it can move and possibly fall off. The one in the picture on the back side of the expansion valve is, looks like it's the free type as well. I'm very concerned that when I pull off the expansion valve, that plate is going to either slide back or fall off. I'm hoping I'm wrong. So here we go. To remove this plate, it is one 10 millimeter, and slide it back a little bit. You can see down there. Struggling to focus. So I'm going to pull these lines out. Put my finger over it, and they just come straight out. I don't want to get them all dirty, so I'm going to put a rag on them. But pull them out of the way so I can get to the expansion valve and replace the seals. All right, to make room for to get to the expansion valve, these two lines, these hard lines right here, are a little bit nuisance and need to be moved so that you can actually get to the expansion valve easily. So Vita says to pull the line down, I'm sorry, the drain tube down, and to pull the clip off, but I noticed even with that it's not enough. So I put just a screwdriver in there just to keep it, because you can move it over there by hand, but the screwdriver just keeps it there. And also found that there is a bolt right down here that you can take out that actually frees the bar up quite a bit more. So now I've got my area down here. I'm gonna go get the Allen wrenches to pull that out. So I want to point out that these are 3 millimeter Allens, and even using a snap-on Allen set, these are super close to stripping, very scary to pull out. All right, there's the old and the new. There's your part number, and I'm going to go in and replace those two O-rings and then the two O-rings that are on the lines, and we'll button her up. One thing to note is if you go with a Volvo expansion valve, it does not come with the replacement O-rings in the kit. You need to buy them separately. This is a Volvo kit that I purchased from, I think it was FCP Euro. All right, I am going to put a little bit of PEG oil on the actual O-rings and a little bit around the openings of the expansion valve. All right, new expansion valve is in. It was not difficult at all. Between the time of the recordings there, that was probably 15 minutes to pull the old one out and get the new one back in. I'm gonna button this job up here. I'm probably saying this took maybe an hour, hour and a half at the most. Not too difficult at all, considering some of the cars you have to pull the whole dash out.